Seniors and guests, good morning and welcome to Niwot High School. My name is Eric Roshkalb and I'm the principal of this fine institution, and it is my honor to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2025. I would now like to invite everyone to please stand for the national anthem. Today's rendition will be sung by seniors Kenna Brackett, Elliot DeBusk, Grace DeRose, Olivia DeRose, Gabby Gravel, Allie Kraut, Lexi Nevin, Audrey Owen, Peter Rosen, Greta Stotch, Sarah Taylor, and Nick Thornton. Members of the class of 2025 and guests, please be seated. Before we begin our ceremony today, I would like to recognize the distinguished guests on the stage with me here this morning. First of all, to your left is Dr. Elżbieta Talon, Niwot High School's IB coordinator. Miss Karen Ragland, the president of the St. Vrain Valley School District Board of Education. Miss Miosha Babs, member of the St. Vrain Valley School District Board of Education. And Dr. Dina Perfetti-Dini, assistant superintendent of the St. Vrain Valley Schools. I would also like to recognize underneath the tent to my right our distinguished teachers, counselors, and staff members to whom all of this is possible. I would like to thank the assistant principals, the custodial staff, the secretaries, the clerks, and everybody who made today's ceremony possible and set up for today. Can you please help me thank them? Lastly, I do want to say and remind everyone that this is Memorial Day weekend. So in the spirit of recognizing the specialness of this weekend, I would like all veterans, active duty military, future military members in my audience, students, please stand up and receive our audience's appreciation for your service. Thank you. I want to thank everyone for coming to Niwot High School this morning to celebrate the impressive achievements of the seniors who are sitting in front of us. Some of our audience members today came from nearby, and some friends and family members have traveled great distances to celebrate with us here today. This is a very impressive senior class, and a couple of statistics that illustrate that are this. The class sitting in front of us garnered over $29 million in college scholarships this year. Our graduation rate is over 99% this year, which is an all-time high for us here at Niwot High School. And in the St. Vrain Valley School District, across the board, there were 199 students who received their seal of biliteracy, 84 of which came from Niwot High School. Those are very impressive things, and I just want to thank you to all of our guests for coming to celebrate with us this morning. So before we get started with our student speakers, I want to thank our fantastic teachers and staff that have helped and inspired our students to get to this point. You know, I tell anyone who will listen that we have the best staff in the entire state of Colorado, and I truly believe that. Our teachers are experts in their content and have a gift for leading their students to grasp those important concepts. But even more than the material that they are teaching, our teachers and staff live the school motto of, at Niwot High School, you matter. What that means is that our teachers view our students as much more than just warm bodies in school seats. They view our students as people with strengths and weaknesses, lofty goals and struggles, unique personalities and senses of humor, bright futures, community leaders, innovators, and future parents and grandparents. Our staff pour love, patience, and caring into our students with the end goal of helping them to matriculate into adulthood in a way that they are hardworking, compassionate, and selfless, and also empathetic. So I just wanted to thank our staff once again for helping our students get to that point. And lastly, I want to thank the families that have supported our students through every phase of the last 18 years, specifically their education. Your sacrifices and encouragements have gone largely unnoticed and definitely underappreciated, but we as educators realize that these students can only be here today with the support of those at home. So families, thank you for everything that you have done over these past 18 years to support our students. Thank you to our families. And I'll leave you with this sentiment before we start with our student speeches, that yesterday, today, and tomorrow, it is true to say that it is a great day to be a Niwot Cougar. Thank you. Okay, I would next like to introduce Dr. Elżbieta Talon to tell us what is the meaning behind our academic chords and stoles. Dr. Talon.
Good morning and welcome. As we look at Niwot High School's graduating class of 2025, I am honored to offer you all my most sincere congratulations, and it is my distinct pleasure to recognize the academic achievements of our graduates. We have gathered today to recognize the many outstanding achievements in our school. One so fortunate to offer the most rigorous academic programming, and one with some of the finest high school graduates. Our distinguished guests, as you look at this graduating class, you will notice that students are wearing a variety of stoles and cords over their gowns, all of which are denoted in the graduation program. Niwot High School, the only International Baccalaureate World High School in the St. Vrain Valley School District, is committed to expanding access and academic success for all students who can benefit from IB education. Our International Baccalaureate Diploma candidates are students who have completed at least 6 college-level IB courses and fulfilled the IB core requirements, including CAS, extended essay, and theory of knowledge. Students wearing white shawls are eligible for this distinction. The International Baccalaureate course candidates are students who took any number of IB courses and fulfilled all of the IB requirement assessment components to be eligible for IB scores, and are those students wearing variegated green and white cords. The advanced placement scholar candidates are students who have taken at least 3 advanced placement exams, and are those students wearing maroon cords. Our seniors, who maintained a GPA of 4.0 or above while carrying a rigorous class schedule, including many weighted courses, and who completed 3 or more years in math and science, are those students wearing white cords. The National Honor Society members are those students wearing gold cords. The St. Vrain Valley School District recognizes students who have studied and attained proficiency or higher in English and at least one other language with the St. Vrain Valley Seal of Biliteracy. Students wearing purple cords earned this distinction. In addition, the additional group of seniors we wish to recognize this morning are students graduating with perfect transcript, one including all A's for the past 4 years in every course they have taken, weighted or unweighted. Please note in the graduation program that these students are those whose names are preceded by an asterisk. Once more, congratulations to all of our amazing 2025 graduates for their remarkable accomplishments in high school. As I conclude, I wish to leave you with this final food for thought. As an IB World School, Niwot High School aims to develop inquiring, knowledgeable, and caring people who help to create a better and more peaceful world through intercultural understanding and respect. With that in mind, we trust that during your time at Niwot High School, you developed a range of skills that will support you in building your future while striving to contribute to making our world a better and more peaceful place. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Talon. We will now begin with our student speeches. First up is our student body president, Mila Baranek. And as the Niwot High School student body president, co-captain of her swim team, and Seal of Biliteracy recipient, Mila Baranek has consistently exhibited a unique blend of leadership, academic achievement, and personal charisma that sets her apart from others. Mila is a ray of light at any school-related event, but she is also the pinnacle of professionalism and knowledge. She has owned her leadership skills by effectively delegating responsibilities and matching her peers' strengths with the right tasks. In whatever role Mila finds herself in, her dedication, passion, and Niwot school spirit shine through. In the future, Mila has a strong desire to continue her involvement in student government and community service in the future. As she studies entrepreneurship and innovation at the University of San Francisco in the fall, her new community will continue to benefit from her boundless energy, positivity, and leadership skills that she will bring along with her. Help me welcome Mila Baranek to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. I am honored to be standing here today sharing this moment with all of you. When I asked my friends what they wanted to hear today, I got some mixed responses. Some said, I want to be in tears by the end of it. But others said, just make me laugh. Now, I can't promise either of those things will happen, and I actually intend to stay away from both. Because while today, that's not good. Because while today is already so full of emotion, it is also a time for reflection, and I hope to leave you with something that stays beyond just today. Out of the countless valuable lessons I learned over the past 4 years, I can admit how difficult it was narrowing down one single message. What is the most valuable piece of advice one can receive on their graduation day? Here's the catch. There isn't just one, at least one that will apply to all of you. That is because your experience and what you take from today depends entirely on how you interpret it. In other words, the greatest power you have isn't the path you take, but the way you choose to walk it. I spent the majority of my life believing I could control the path I took. Too often we think life is a straight line. Choose the path, follow it, and get where you're supposed to go. But life doesn't work like that. There is so much that happens that is outside of our control. Sometimes we get exciting surprises. Other times it feels like chaos we are barely navigating. I've come to realize that in the face of the unknown, the only thing we can control is our perspective. After all, it is what shapes our experiences and the lessons we take from them. As we leave behind our childhoods and step into the future ahead, these lessons remind us not only of where we've been, but also of those who've guided us along the way. We must thank the incredible people who have helped us become who we are today. To the teachers, administrators, and staff of Niwot High School, please know that your passion and commitment to the students is the reason we sit here before you. I speak for everyone when I say, thank you. The positive impact you've made on our lives has not gone unnoticed and will not be forgotten. To our dear families and friends, in whatever form they may take, thank you for being our strongest support systems. It is you who truly shaped us in quiet but powerful ways. We appreciate you more than we can ever express, and for those of us going away, we will miss you every single day. If we're being honest, this chapter is not an easy page to turn. But as we step forward, the support that carried us becomes the foundation we stand on. With that foundation, we still face a future that is full of uncertainty, but also one of possibility. We can't control everything, and we won't always get it right, but we can control how we respond. Choose not to be a victim of life's unpredictability, but rather use it as an opportunity to reflect, to set intention, and to find purpose in your experiences. We can let the world happen to us, or we can happen to the world, because the greatest power you have isn't the path you take, but the way you choose to walk it. Class of 2025, walk it proud.
That was awesome, Mila. So good. Yep, that was great. Wow, that was awesome. Thank you. Okay, next up, I would like to introduce our traditional valedictorian, Ben Gabrielson. Ben Gabrielson is a quiet yet commanding and inspiring in nature, but he has embodied our championship mindset through 4 years of playing for Niwot and Rio, Colorado soccer teams, boasting a flawless transcript of honors, AP, and IB courses, and giving back to the community. Ben has played varsity for 3 years and was the captain this year. He works as a day camp counselor for the city of Longmont. He volunteers at Math Counts competitions and for the Habitat for Humanity Restore. Ben is the recipient of the National Merit Texas Tech University Scholarship, where he plans on attending and pursuing a double major in applied mathematics and statistics and computer science or physics. Wow. We have full confidence that Ben will make a lasting contribution to his future Red Raiders community. Please help me welcome traditional valedictorian Ben Gabrielson.
Hello, everyone, family, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates. I would like to begin by thanking some of the people who have helped me reach this stage. To my parents, thank you for always supporting me and raising me into the man I am today. To my teachers, thank you for your commitment, passion, and genuine care about my success. You challenged me to think, to grow, and to push through adversity. Today, as we are about to begin a new chapter of our lives, I want to look back at how we spent our time these past 4 years. Here are some estimates I made concerning the average graduate. 15,000 minutes, or 4 days, were spent driving to and from school. Some of you, you know who you are bringing up the average a lot. 30,000 minutes or 8 days were spent in English class. Of course, this estimate applies to the amount of time you were physically in English class, not mentally. 7,000 minutes, or 2 days, were spent in practices or games per individual sports season. This means that some of you have spent more than 70,000 minutes, or 20 days, playing sports for Niwot. So, why am I sharing these numbers? Because I think it is important to make the most with the time that we are given, and reflecting on how we have spent our time in the past can help us decide how to spend it in the future. Graduates, it may feel as though we still have all the time in the world, but the truth is we don't. In fact, on average, we only have roughly 32 million minutes left, and that number will vary greatly from person to person. I believe that recognizing and reflecting on this can help us to focus on the essential things in life. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Great job, Ben. That was awesome. Well done. Great job, Ben. I knew you'd bring up the numbers. Awesome. Okay, next I would like to introduce our speaker. This is IB Valedictorian Catherine Quee. Catherine indisputably stands out as a bright and driven student, as an IB Diploma candidate, and a National Merit Scholar. However, what sets Catherine apart is her fearless pursuit of positive opportunities. From commuting across town freshman year to attend Longmont High School's Future Business Leaders of America Club, ultimately attending the Nationals in Chicago, to representing our community in Japan through the Longmont Sister Cities Exchange Program, Catherine has never hesitated to step outside of her comfort zone. She's been a world champion robotics team member, the founder of Niwot's Asian Student Association. She is a small business owner and choreographs routines for the Niwot Dance Club in her spare time. Whether she's teaching K-pop routines or trying out for a K-pop reality show in Georgia, that is a true story, sophomore year, Catherine leads by example. She's bold, thoughtful, and deeply inspiring. Her impact on our school and community will be felt long after graduation, but she will undoubtedly continue to seek out new opportunities next year at the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School of Business. Please help me welcome Catherine Quee. You want to read on your phone or you want to read off the script? You got it.
Wow, I didn't know I'd get exposed like that. Good morning to Niwot's class of 2025. First, I would like to welcome all of you graduating seniors, family and friends, alumni, and faculty. It is an honor to speak to all of you here today. And because we have a whopping 4 valedictorian speeches this year, you still got 2 more left, I promise I will try to keep it short and sweet. What a fast 4 years it has been. It really feels like just yesterday that we were all dabbing and renegading on TikTok. Now my TikTok, I don't know about you guys, but it's all filled with IB math testing tips and physics practice questions. I'm not really sure how that happened, but it really feels like I've lost part of my childhood whimsy. These past 4 years have been filled with wonderful shared memories, like being told to get a move on because there's only 1 minute left of passing period, and having to parallel park in the back parking lot because every single spot was filled, and also having the best homecoming football games in high school history. These memories are made special because they are shared with all of you, and I'm so glad to have experienced high school with this brilliant group of people. I would also like to thank all of the teachers, counselors, and school faculty that have made a lasting impact on me and my peers in the past years. Thank you to every single one of my teachers for setting me up with the best education possible, and also for occasionally giving me panic attacks about my grades. Thank you to my club supervisors and mentors for doing things like convincing me that being a really nerdy robotics kid is actually super cool, and for giving me spaces to share and express my passions. Thank you to all the counselors that have spammed us with all the emails of all the different opportunities. My college application would have been absolutely empty without your help. And thank you to Mr. Roshkob for being the best principal of the school, and for giving me the opportunity to speak here today, and for that super awesome valedictorian yard sign. My mom really appreciates that one. I would also like to thank my friends and the IB girls for being the most iconic bunch and for being my cheerleaders. And last but absolutely not least, I would like to thank my parents for giving me the best life possible, for supporting me in every endeavor without fail, and of course for buying me lattes every single day. I'm so sorry for the gaping hole I've made in your bank accounts. Lastly, I would like to tell all of the seniors graduating today that I have a feeling that today is actually not our moment. Neither was the A we earned in PE, or the championship we won, or the IB CAS project we finished, thank God. So through all the tears that are sure to come today, also be unbelievably thrilled and excited at the future ahead of all of us. I envision that the class of 2025 is sure to go on to do wonderful things like becoming finance bros, robotics kids, and everything in between. Finally, I will leave you with a quote from the Gilmore Girls. We are almost there and nowhere near it. All that matters is that we're going. Thank you.
Great job, Catherine. Great job. She told me she wants to be a finance bro. That was great. And Catherine's told me she wants to become a finance bro, so I know she's speaking the truth there. Okay, next up, I would like to introduce our next IB valedictorian, James O'Hara. James is a dedicated and well-rounded student whose talents span engineering, athletics, music, and mentorship. As a member and hardware design lead for Upper Creek Robotics, James has played a critical role in developing innovative mechanical systems for a highly competitive robotics team. Beyond engineering, he demonstrated his commitment and teamwork as a 3-year member of the Niwot High School boys soccer team. A passionate musician, James also played trombone in both the Niwot All-Stars Jazz Band and the Combined League Honors Jazz Band, showcasing his artistic versatility. In addition to his achievements, James gives back to his community as a volunteer mentor and teacher, guiding elementary and middle school students through the robotics summer camps and Lego robotics competitions. He really does inspire the next generation of engineers. Please help me welcome IB valedictorian James O'Hara. You got it? All right.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to stand in front of you all today as one of Niwot High School's class of 2025's IB valedictorians. I'd like to start by first thanking my family for their constant support in everything that I do, my teachers, Mr. Roshkolb, and the other amazing staff here at Niwot for their constant support and help making me learn and grow significantly throughout my high school education, and all my friends who helped make these last 4 years a whole lot of fun. When thinking about about the speech and what I can say to my fellow graduates that would stand out from the amazing words of the other valedictorians, I, of course, immediately went to robotics. I am most definitely a hardcore STEM nerd, and despite Ms. Myers' best attempts, I am very passionate and will remain passionate about robotics and engineering. If there's one valuable lesson that I can speak confidently about in front of everyone here today, it is one that I learned from my experience building robots. Outside of the time at school or my own home, I spend most of my time in the robotics lab. After 9 years of being on the Upper Creek Robotics team, I proudly say that I learned a lot, from the use of 3D design software to create complex mechanisms, to the use of multi-axis mills and lathes for high-precision manufacturing. However, one of the most important lessons that I learned to this day was how to fail fast. For those who don't know, first robotics competition teams are given 6 weeks to build a robot to complete multiple complicated tasks. 6 weeks is not a lot of time, and when working that fast, mistakes are bound to happen. I distinctly remember moments from my freshman year when the 1/8-inch aluminum plates responsible for holding the robot when climbing broke apart, and the 125-pound robot fell 5 feet to the ground. Another time is from my sophomore year when the robot's arm overextended, hit the wall, and caused all the wires to pull apart and our custom 3D printed bearing blocks to shatter. These moments, as I'm sure you can all imagine, were not ideal for building a robot and maintaining a schedule. However, I quickly learned that sitting back and sulking about failure gets you nowhere. Instead, I got back up, learned from my mistakes, and started solving problems while Miss Ewing surely celebrated my failure in the other room, knowing that I had learned something. With the robot that fell my freshman year, I worked 12 hours the next day to redesign the hooks and linkage responsible for making the robot fall so that I could hold a much higher load. That robot would go on to never fail a single climb for the rest of the season and win the 2022 World Championships. The robot that extended into Miss Ewing's drywall received multiple days of inspection and redesign by me and my teammates, eventually receiving a brand new arm with metal reinforced bearing blocks and a new, stronger wire chain leading to a strong, reliable performance at all of its competitions, and a large impact on the way the team designs extending mechanisms in the future. Now, if this is a little complicated and went over your head, I still have a purpose to it, I promise. I bring this up now because the idea of failing fast also easily applies to life outside of robotics. For many, failure can be something that seems like it should be avoided at all costs. But failure is the easiest way to learn, and the faster you fail, the quicker you learn. I think of times when I was humbled by Mr. Rudisel's first physics test, or many times timed rights that left Miss Myers scratching her head. There are many times where I failed, yet ultimately I am grateful for all of them because they helped me learn and grow, eventually allowing me to stand before you all today. Thinking about the future, perhaps you're applying for a job, thinking about completing a challenging college course, or found something new you want to try but are hesitant due to the fear of failure. I challenge you all to be brave and accept the possibility of failure while finding the strength to learn from it, get back up, and rebuild quickly to make the most of what lies ahead. My fellow graduates, as we wrap up our time here at Niwot High School and look towards our futures, do so without the feel of failure, because much like a robotics competition season, time is short, so we best fail fast and make the most of what time we have left. Thank you.
Great job, James. That was awesome. Thank you. World champions. You don't hear that every day. Pretty impressive. Okay, our last student speaker is Rohit Das, our IB valedictorian. Rohit, known for his intellectual purity and pursuit of personal growth, has sought out opportunities to learn, apply his knowledge with real-world applications, and give back to the community. From the basketball court securing a top 3 position in all statistical categories last year, to project work with the C4G, where they coded a machine learning program aimed at optimizing solar panel placement, to his CAS projects Rocky's Playground, which helped support mental health at school by bringing peers together to try new sports and foster community spirit. Rohit embraces the IB learner profile traits of caring, inquiring, and principled. He will continue forth at the University of Michigan and will undoubtedly continue making a positive impact on his community. Please help me welcome Rohit Das, our IB valedictorian.
Start right there, buddy. Thank you, Mr. Roshkoff. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, can we get a big round of applause for all the seniors graduating today? When I learned that I was one of the valedictorians, I was thrilled. When I found out that I had to give a speech, I smiled. Of course I smiled. Mr. Roshkoff was sitting right in front of me. But the moment I walked out of his office, I let out a long sigh, a sigh that I'd been holding in for 10 long minutes while trying not to roll my eyes. You see, I thought I was done with school. I thought the hardest part was behind me. I thought I'd survive senioritis. But no. So over the past few months, I'm sure many of us have felt what might be the most bittersweet feeling in the world, nostalgia. The last 4 years, or 1,374 days, start flashing by. The highs, the lows, the late nights, the early mornings. You begin to realize you will never again be a wide-eyed freshman, never again sit in Mr. Rudisel's class at 7:45 a.m., trying to understand how a motorcycle stays on the wall of the well of death. It still makes no logical sense. And never again go to a Niwot pep assembly. And for some of us, we may never see these faces again. But strangely enough, I think that's okay. We aren't supposed to be in high school forever. We aren't supposed to be kids forever. We aren't even supposed to live forever. That's what makes all of this worth it. That's what makes life worth living. You will meet new people, make new friends, collect new memories, and maybe even relive old ones. Each of us will go on to live a life that's meaningful and in its own way successful. But what does success even mean? The easy answer, get rich. That's what we've been told, right? It's what pop culture has instilled. You either get rich or die trying. But what does being rich actually mean? Most people hear rich and think of money, but I think it means something much more. You can be rich in money, sure, but you can also be rich in character, rich in friendships, rich in memories. I'd argue that every single person in this room is already rich. The toddler is rich in time, while the grandpa is rich in wisdom. So maybe being rich doesn't necessarily equate to success. Well, what does equate to success? I think to be successful, you have to embrace who you are. And I don't mean that in a cliche, poster on the wall kind of way. The odds of you being alive, of you being exactly who you are 1 in 10 to the power of 2,685,000. So that means that we are the lucky ones. We are the ones who get to live. And someday, yes, we'll die, but you only get to die for having lived. Most people who could ever exist will never be born. So the fact that we're here today, together, right now, it's a miracle. And so anytime you feel unlucky, like the world is crashing down around you, remember just how lucky you are to be here, to be human. Because being human means we get to create, think, love, and make mistakes. Being human means we chase dreams, fall down, and get back up again and again. It means we are imperfect but resilient. And most importantly, it means we build relationships. So thank you to all the friends, family, teachers, and staff who supported us on this journey every single day, teaching us what it means to be human. And if you take away just one thing from this speech, let it be this. Your greatest superpower isn't your straight A's or a perfect resume. Your greatest superpower is being human, and you get to decide what that means every single day. Remember that and go do great things. Congratulations, class of 2025. I guess we did it.
Good job, buddy. That was a great job. Just be a good human being. We can all be wealthy that way. I like that, Rohit. Thank you. Okay, we are about to dive into the meat of our ceremony. And to do that, I would like to bring up Karen Ragland, the president of our Board of Education, to make a few short remarks. Please help me welcome Ms. Ragland.
Good morning. It's an honor to confirm Niwot High School class of 2025. To the exceptional teachers, staff, coaches, and administration, thank you for your unwavering dedication to public education. Thank you, Niwot community, for your trust and support of expansive innovation in education that's led to extraordinary student success. And seniors, thank you for giving us this joyful reason to celebrate your remarkable achievements. I'm proud to declare that the class of 2025 has fulfilled the graduation requirements set by the St. Vrain Valley School District Board of Education. With great pride, I present and congratulate this outstanding class.
Okay, at this point, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break to turn the stage around and get ready for the presentation of diplomas. Take a 5-minute stretch break. Students, please do not go anywhere. Stay right here. We will resume in 5 minutes. Thank you. You guys want to play some music while we're going? Well, we're going to stand up. They're going to take our chairs away because we'll be shaking something in between.
P. Das.
James Richard O'Hara.
Benjamin John Gabrielson.
Kenna Amelina Brackett.
Elliot Lorraine DeBusk.
Grace Lorraine DeRose. Olivia Mary DeRose. Gabriella Joan Marie Gravel.
Allison Teresa Kraut.
Lexi Jade Nevin.
Audrey Elaine Owen.
Peter Jerome Rosen.
Greta Teresa Jean Stotch.
Sarah K. Taylor.
Nix Tenuvial Thornton.
Madison Avery Ackerman. Hattie Kate Adams. Alex Serenity Allerid.
Brooklyn Ray Allison.
Talia Altagracia Almaraz.
Ava Cheyenne Altenborg.
Jacoby James Alton. Celine Linda Marie Amaya.
Evan Jacob Ames.
James Montgomery Anthony.
Francisco Arrosamena Ringuilet. Lucia Arrosamena Ringuilet. María Guadalupe Arrece García.
Carlos Arredondo Mosqueda. Juan Pablo Arredondo Zavala.
Samuel Ábalos.
Dominic Carl Avila.
Gabriel Eden Bandera. Alonso Hopkins Valdez.
Kelly Irene Bartlett.
Lucia Bautista Favela.
Abel Javier Beasley.
Aiden Mohan Windenrider Bauer.
Jake Benjamin Hosteley.
Trevor Garrick White.
Meredith Sarah Yacht.
Ruth Amanda Becker.
William Markey Becker.
Catherine Margaret Bell Hancock.
Hunter Wayne Beligante. Neharika Bandari.
Sonia Marie Bingham.
Jack Wiley Blankenship.
Brooklyn Leanne Blosser.
Paris Joanne Blue. Henry Ian Von Elkenes.
Ryan William Boomgard.
Naveen Momo Boparachigadon.
Tomás David Borrelli.
Liam Neil Brennan. Lincoln Michael Brewer. Josephine Marie Briggs.
Lauren Ashley Brooks.
Leo Ethan Brodeland. Maddox Darlin Brown.
Jason Paul Brown. Yes.
Arden Zane Brewski.
Archer Jacob Buckby.
Anthony Peter Bunting.
Max Burke Bedell.
Sophia Catherine Faith Burks.
Ainsley Snow Burnett.
Devi Dale Burnett. Catherine May Butcher.
Kiana Daisy Butler.
Kennedy Nora Campbell. Victoria Alexa Cantor.
Brooke Alyssa Coughlin.
Jacob Cardenas.
Aiden Jacob Carmen.
Afton Valley Muir Carter.
Yasmin Castañeda Macías.
Cassie Shi Chen.
Emily Marie Chesson.
Tyler Krishna Shivakula.
Bianca Alisandra Cerne.
Adam Fellows Cerne.
Kiana Marie Zimbelman.
Latina Sativa Lucero.
Cass J. Clark.
Catherine Margaret Klassen.
Mira Jane Claiborne.
Dharma Lorraine Coffey.
Tanner James Cole.
Lucy Rose Connors.
Maxwell Lewis Corbett.
Avery Jackson Cordova. Yael Damixi Cordova Aguirre.
Nathan Nicholas Vincent Cowan.
Christian Crespo. Kimberly Crespo Mosqueda.
Francesco Mark Crudelli.
Allie Kate Dahlstrom.
Carlene Nyum Dengli.
Olivia Dawson Vasquez.
Maya Rowan DeFries. Paloma Nevea Manuela Delgado Corchado.
Luke Mark Demmel.
Trianne Elizabeth Derry Berry.
John Riley Dolbear.
Weston James Domich.
Meadow Ashlyn Drennan.
Maya Ray Dunn.
Elizabeth Jean Dupre.
Alexander Starvos Zavelis.
Darcy Evelyn Ellis.
Gavin Chase Entricle.
Emma Emily Iridelli.
Alejandro Escarcega Rodríguez.
Nemo Sophia May Escabel.
Ryder James Evans.
Izzy Faye.
Brady Michael Ferguson.
Trenton Lee Finley.
Grace Ellen Fisher.
Savannah Grace Fisher. Emiliano Flores Ramirez.
Hayden Diane Flynn.
Andrew KG Fong.
John Louder Freeman.
Abigail Marilyn Gabbard.
Isabella Sarah Gabbard.
Sarah Galdieri.
Keegan James Galdine.
Nichelle Marissa Gilbert.
Malachi James Gilmore.
Valentina Godot.
Yuchi Gong.
Raymond Joseph Gonzalez.
Moises González Avina.
John Schuyler Goodhue. Emma Joanne Graham.
Evan Cooper Heckman Green.
Olivia Jordan Jessica Greco.
Benjamin Michael Gunn. Adamaris Gutiérrez Castañeda.
Anne Louise Haley. Amelia Grace Hamlin.
Emerson Peter Louisme Harper.
Emily Lydia Heath.
Kyla Ann Helm. Eliana Victoria Enríquez. Ever Armando Hernández Flores. Carely Hernández Ruiz.
Maxwell Jean Herrera.
Brian Herrera Ramírez.
Zachary Ray Halavasek.
Sawyer Jeffrey Holmes.
Severine Lucia Holzhauer.
Trinity Amelia Honey.
Elda Marie Howard.
Lucas James Huddle.
Jackson Chase Hudgens.
Olive Anna Hudgings. Yadira Ibarra Padilla.
Samuel Ryan Jackman.
Nicholas Jacoby Hawkinson.
Eliza Bonnie Jenkins.
Claire Paulina Jensen.
Jaden Joseph Johnson.
Lila Rose Johnson.
Oliver Lincoln Jones.
Shefali Joshi.
Shobit Joshi. Miles Kalal.
Elena Reese Kasanicki.
Reese Ella Casper.
Sanjana Sridhar Kaushik.
Evan Davis Kier.
Diana Elena Canar Castro.
Stephen Cage Kennedy.
Angel Peiting Ko.
Jagger Kilpatrick.
Samantha Rose Kinsel.
William Calder Kalanda.
Joseph William Kraut.
Sophia Rima Lance.
Alexander Leohyuk Langston.
Jonathan Owen Langer.
William Everett Leonard.
Catherine Capri Leslie.
Piper Elena Grace Likens. Lee Shin Lim.
Cora Kane Lincoln. Evie Brooke Walmers Longo.
Malia Jean Loomis. Mark. Merrick Lee Maginetti. Luke Merriweather Mahoney. Evelyn Grace Micah.
Parker Bowie Mercoulier.
Brianna Sofia Mares. Juan Ángel Mares Mejía. Valeria Mares Miras. Valentina Francesca Marino Tovares.
Noah Michael Markowitz.
Francisco Javier Márquez. Linda Naima Márquez. Mahuitzli Hayel Martínez. Yaretsi Aileen Martínez Prieto. Brian Martínez Rodarte.
Cole Train Mazurana.
Kenji Daniel McCracken. Francisco Matthew Izquierdo.
Antonia Ilinishna Zarkova.
John Alexander McGurk.
Addison Kelly McPherson.
Kevin Noé Medina.
Evelyn Annika Mellis.
Isabella Rose Mendez.
Dulce Maria Mendez Reyes.
Estela Isabel Mendoza.
Kylie Alexis Metcalf. Sofia Moisiva.
Yari Monge.
Emmett Morgan.
Sebastian Apollo Moy.
Sanjay Lance Mudikatori.
Madeline Allison Myers.
Rohan Naveen Mysore.
Santiago Martín Najas.
Sydney Micah Knapp.
Hannah Starr Nelson. Israel Manuel Robert Nevares.
Oliver Edward Nevis. Yang Min Tra Win.
Good job, sister. Juan Román Nieto García.
Jack McElroy.
Keegan Ann McGuire. Sean Finnegan O'Leary.
Ella Rose Olden.
Ashim Oli.
Catherine Alexandra Omer. Eros Quinn Orozco.
Alexis Morra Granado. Draven Marat Montes. Anaí Ortiz.
Emma Gabriela Ortiz.
Maria Sergeyevna Oshman.
Eleanor Kelleher Autumn.
Leslie Baez Aguilar.
Aiden Christopher Paulser.
Malia Rose Perez.
Jacqueline Fiona Falaski.
Yana Auliki Pickering.
Diana Pimentel Ortiz.
Claire Elise Plath.
Nathaniel Teddy Chiare Powers.
Kabir Neil Reyna. Anthony Anibal Ramirez.
Kirsten Elise Rasmussen.
Daphne Julia Rathbone.
Siam Allen Reed.
Amelia Rose Reposa.
Peyton Avery Rhodes.
Arlo Madison Richards.
Brianna Kaylin Rivard.
Wyatt Thane Roberts.
Taylor Jeffrey Rodansky.
Landon Albert Rowe.
Mark Yuri Rochlenko.
Jesus Elias Rosas.
Addison Jane Rosenson.
Grace Sarah Ruth.
Martin Salazar.
Dakota Keck Parasol.
Aditi Patel.
Simone Amanda Paterno.
Madeline Jane Pearson.
Logan Daniel Palliser.
Giselle Maria Sales.
Braden John Patrick Saunders.
Jay Scharf. Ayla Morgan Schatz.
Kate Camilla Schmidt Huber.
Grace Marie Schott.
Ace Samuel Schuler.
Kai Rain Anthony Scutero. Helen Patricia Searcy Hand.
Charlie Alexander Shaw.
Hayden Douglas Shaw.
Ryan Kwang Hui Sharps. Catherine Romero.
Cyrus Vigil.
Ian Scott Springsteen. Does she have your name?
Andrew Clinton Stapp. Sebastian Andreas Stenz.
Garrett Lee Steele.
Liam James Murphy.
Caleb Micah Street.
Rourke Griffin Sullivan.
Parker Elliott Sullivan.
Colette Marie Sullivan.
Vivian Grace Summers.
Taylor Ann Sweeney. Kai James Toothaker.
Sydney Nicole Chorchalski. Maria Jennifer Torres Solis.
Jack Grace Triplett.
Iván Valdés.
Magnolia Jolie Valentine.
Haley Ann Shaw.
Shabam Shrestha.
Malcolm David Smith.
Katja Isabel Solter.
Gabriel Sosa Morales.
Sienna Mesfin Verkamen.
You got this. Talia Victoria. Ayana Isel Villacorta.
Victoria Adriana Villavicencio.
Marcus Henry Vaughn.
Rex Christopher Cameron Wallington. Sadie Noel Warren. Jade Brianna West.
We gotta wait for Raj. Sorry. Carson Daniel White.
Lucas Andrew Willard. Jaden Matthew Williams.
Gabriella Ray Witzel. Christopher Dylan Wood.
Amelia Cortez Walker.
Samantha Karen Zaki. Marcos Zapata.
Members of the class of 2025, I would like to invite you to stand at this time. As an indication of your successful completion of high school, please move your tassel from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the Niwot High School graduates from the class of 2025. Congratulations, Cougars!